So thinking of studying architecture, but you don't know where to apply, or if you'll be able to get in, you're not alone. Most architecture students I spoke to felt nervous, confused, and didn't even know if they were good enough. But they made it in. So in this video, I interviewed students from every single architecture university in South Africa, from UCT, Wits, TUT, UP, UJ, UKZN, NMU, DUT, and Free State, and asked them, how did you get in? What marks did you need? And how was the application process? So whether you're in grade 12, taking a gap year, or honestly just figuring things out, this video is here to help you to pick the right university, make you feel more confident, and make you understand exactly what it takes for you to get accepted. So I spoke to the architecture students, and here's what I found out.
I kind of waited the last minute to register with UJ because I was waiting for Wits to get back to me, just so I could weigh out my options. And then Wits did eventually get back to me and saying that, unfortunately, you didn't make it. And then I was like, okay, let me quickly register with UJ. And I paid the registration fee, but then unfortunately, the registration fee, I didn't do an immediate payment. And it was over a weekend, so it was only going to reflect on Monday. The Saturday, I get an email from, or the Friday I get an email from, no, the Saturday I get an email from UJ saying, sorry, BA Industrial Design, there's no space anymore. So I was like, okay, what now? I paid the registration fee, I need to get in. And I had already resigned my December job because I was gonna go study full time. And then, so I was like, okay, now, what now?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because remember, I'm one student. I get home, I change, I go to friends, we chill by the Wi-Fi, we talk about everything else except schools, everything else except career or anything.
When I considered applying for architecture at UKZN, I was doing my second year in civil engineering at DUT. I know it's quite a shock to just change a course when doing the second year to start over, But for me, that was a point of realization that okay, I don't know how am I going to cope in this field, civil engineering to be exact, because I was like I was not able to see myself somewhere.
DUT at that time, I don't know what they're doing now, but at that time they weren't giving us projects to do. They were calling us in to do exams. So when I got the call to come in, I had to get on a taxi. Imagine, I'm in matric. I had to get on a taxi, go to Durban. Durban is like 4 hours away, not even close to where I stay. I was alone. Imagine, stayed at one of my friends' places in the CBD. I was terrified, I won't lie.
Yeah, I read the requirements and the activities, and smart me, I waited for the last day to complete the activities. And yeah, I remember I even went out that day. I was actually out with my friends because we were not allowed to socialize for a while, so I took that day as an opportunity to went. And then when I came back, I was like, oh, I have a few hours, and I just did everything very quickly, and I submitted on the last minute.
And can you tell me what exercises did you do and how did you come up with the ideas for those exercises?
Well, the father portfolio just wanted us to do mainly, it was 4 things. It was draw a tree, a business that's quite significant to you, and let us say one page essay of an article that you're quite fondly about, and lastly it was the video, 30-second introduction video.
The one that I found the most difficult was making a party pack for a little kid, but the hard thing was it can't glue. Like, you can't use glue, you can't use sellotape, it has to be like a DIY where you have to fold it on its own, but it has to carry everything inside without falling apart. And you also have to remember that you're making it for kids, so it has to be attractive. No one that's a kid wants to have a party pack that's just plain.
Okay, so at first we're required to invent a word in our own home language. I think for me, it was tricky. So you need to emphasize your word, right? Like you invent your word and then you put it at the top of the page and then you explain, maybe through syllables, like if the words, the syllables in the word, and then you explain what it means.
So why did you choose to come up with a cloud lamp?
I just thought, because obviously, like a nightlife, you go into bed, and when you go to bed, your head's in the clouds, dreaming, kind of that atmosphere. And I thought it's something cute, like nice in my, something that I would want in my room.
When it comes to interviews, I like thinking about interviews like you're going on a romantic date with someone. And if you go out on a date trying to impress that person, trying to be fake, trying to be flamboyant, you know that you're going to do badly because you can only pretend to be someone that you're not for so long before the truth actually comes out. If you had to talk to a version of yourself in matric and you had to give them advice about the application process, not only that, but also about studying architecture, what would you tell them?
I would say don't panic. Just trust the process. Just go through the application. Believe in yourself. You can do this. You can make it. Just follow the steps and make sure that you really pass your matric because there is a lot of competition out there.
I doubted myself a lot, but by the time I was like in third year, I think I had grown to be so confident and to trust my work, and I believe that I have a place in this industry. I know what I'm doing, so I really want younger me to trust herself and to trust the potential that she has.
So, as different as these universities are, one thing every student agrees on is that architecture is tense and rewarding, but it's not for everyone. If you're thinking about studying architecture or you just want to know what it's about, go watch the full interviews, starting with how to get accepted in the University of Pretoria.